Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome to another installment in the ongoing series, What's in the Watch Roll. I love making these little videos because it means I'm going travelling. And fingers crossed, by the time you watch this, I will be sitting on the tarmac, taxiing, about to jet off to sunnier climes on what I think is a well-earned week off for my wife and I. Though having said that, I'm flying Jetstar, so I may well end up in the terminal building for another couple of hours. Now, I must be getting old because I have booked exactly the same holiday that I went on earlier on this year with my wife. 1 week to the same hotel in Bali, the same room, the same everything. But we just had such a nice time that we decided to do the same thing again. And I'm going screen free for a week, a bit of a break. My eyes are becoming square with all this video editing and filming. But don't worry, as usual, I've scheduled videos to upload until I return. So what is in the watch roll? First up, a big shout out today to Banks and Sloane, who sent me one of their very luxurious Campbell watch rolls to accompany me on this and many future travel adventures, I have no doubt. Really nice high quality item that securely holds 3 watches safely. So then I'm going to take 3 watches in the Banks and Sloane roll and 1 on my wrist. Now, I review a lot of stuff on the channel and I try and give every watch that I review a fair crack of the whip, wearing it for enough time to get a reasonable feel for the watch that I can then relay to all of you. Inevitably though, there are some watches I feel deserve a bit more wrist time than others, so I thought I would take 4 of them with me on my travels this time. A kind of quadruple unboxing slash what's in the watch roll, if you will. It's going to be a beachy swimming pool holiday, so I've got 2 dive style watches. I've also got something a little bit dressier for the evenings and a complete left fielder. Let's flip the camera and have a look at them. So what indeed is in the gorgeous Banks and Sloane Campbell watch roll today? Well, new roll, I reckon I can give you a sneak preview without giving the game away. 3 watches in there. But like I said, 3 in the roll, 1 on the wrist. I'm going to show you that one first. And it's this. Oris Great Barrier Reef 3 Aquis Special Edition. Just look at this one. Look at all those different colour tones. That is one seriously good looking dial. So like I said, this is a Great Barrier Reef 3. Oris are supporters of the reef and they've come up with now 3 of these special editions. This is one of 2000, I think it's number 0648 from memory. It's on loan to me from Oris Australia. Big shout out to Peter from Oris Australia. I asked him, I said, Peter, is it alright if I take this one on holiday with me? And he said, absolutely, no problem at all. So it's coming to Bali. To be honest, I think he took it off his own wrist and put it in a bag and sent it to me. As you can see here, it's had a bit of use, this one. But what a gorgeous watch. My second encounter with the Aquis, I looked at the GMT maybe about 4 months ago and I quite liked it. This one I think has all of the good stuff that I liked about the GMT but at a better price point. For a 43.5mm watch, it wears absolutely beautifully. It's slim on wrist, it wears really flat, the integrated bracelet means it conforms to the wrist just perfectly. I always thought I'd prefer the smaller of the Aquis, the 39, but the first time I tried one of the big ones on in a shop, I was in love. Perhaps there will be one of these working its way into my affection and my collection over the course of 2020. Let's see how it gets on in Bali. Definitely a bit of a treat for me to be allowed to take this one overseas. Definitely the most expensive of the watches that I'm taking with me as well. That's what travel insurance is for, right? Alright, next out of the watch roll and new to the channel, all 4 of these watches new to the channel. It's a very intriguing little dive watch, the Marlowe Morar. Now, Marlowe are a British company. I believe 2 of the owners of the company are actually Scottish, and they spent 3 years developing their Morar dive watch, named after Loch Morar, the deepest body of water in Scotland. Dive watch, you get it, I'm sure. On the back, actually, it's not the Loch Ness Monster, maybe it's the Loch Morar Monster, again limited edition. Let's get a zoom in on a really interesting case finish. Now that is a little bit unusual, kind of pre-distressed, with a kind of turbine bezel there. Some really interesting details on this watch. It's a 40mm and certainly looks a lot smaller on wrist than the Aquis which preceded it, but I wanted a second dive watch, and the fact that this is on a super soft, super comfy one of those silicone rubber straps means I think this one will be seeing plenty of use on my holidays as well. Next watch out the roll and coming on holiday with me is the Vario Empire. Now I have looked at several watches on the channel so far, claiming inspiration from the Art Deco era, some more successful than others. I think this one is deco done right. A very, very pretty little watch. Now, I looked at their Eclipse model about 2 years ago, I think, on the channel and was thoroughly impressed with it. I think Vario have done the right thing. They're expanding their model range rather slowly. They came out with a Miyota hand-winding version of this. This is actually the Seiko NH38, so it's a specific no-date powered automatic version of the Empire. I'll be reviewing this one hopefully before Christmas. They're on special at the moment. I'll leave a link to all of these watches in the description of the video. There's 10% off one of these until I think it is early December if you're interested in snagging one for yourself. And that's it on wrist. 38mm, so the smallest of the watches that I'm taking with me. This one definitely has unisex appeal, I would say, because of that relatively gender neutral sizing, if you see what I mean. Really nice Italian leather strap here with a little Vario logo on the buckle there. But a sweet little watch. It does cool down in Bali to mid-20s of an evening, so no problem. I took a leather strap evening watch with me last time, so I will be wearing this one when the sun sets. Now, when I said left field, I meant left field. This is a Gerlach Cosmonauta, a watch you haven't seen on the channel, but perhaps you've heard it. I've talked about this one a couple of times. Finally, I get one in my hand. I get one in my possession for review. Are you ready? Oh, look at that. That is super 70s retro, isn't it? Just normally I'm stuck in the 80s, but I'm going back even further this one. Back to the 1970s and those old LED displays that you had to press for the time. Press it once for the time, press it twice for the date, and press it a third time for a ticking seconds. That's it. I suspect the review of this one is not going to be super long. This is a space watch, by the way. This one went to space on the wrist of a Polish cosmonaut, I believe, on a Soviet mission in the 1970s. So some serious heritage for not all that many dollars, and made in Poland. There can't be too many watches. Certainly the first one that I've reviewed on the channel with that label attached. 100 meters of water resistance thanks to a screw down crown. Let's see if I'm going to be brave enough to get this one wet in Bali. One more time. Oh, look at that. I actually unboxed and peeled the stickers off this one a couple of weeks ago, so I've had it out and about with me on Sydney on a couple of occasions. Something you need to get used to is reaching over with one hand to actually activate the time. It's not just a flick of the wrist. Not really a watch for work, therefore, I have found already. Also not much use in bright sunlight because you can't see much from that LED display, so I guess this is going to be my second evening watch. So what do you reckon? I don't think I'm going to get bored with my chosen selection over the course of 7 days, do you? I think a really nice spread here, and I'm sure you see why I thought that all 4 of these watches are worthy of a bit of extended wrist time, getting them out and about, and I'll hopefully then get the chance to review all 4 of them. If not before Christmas, then certainly heading into 2020. One more time on the Gerlach. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.